This is Tim Bryce with my column entitled, Beware of a Period and Two Spaces. File this under More Changes Due to Technology. A friend recently emailed me an article on how resumes should be updated to give the impression the person is up to date with today's technology. It contended human resource departments look at resumes for certain punctuation rules to consider if the candidate is current. The article offered a handful of suggestions which I found rather amusing. First, it contended you should not waste time showing your home address on the resume. If the company wants to contact you, they will do so either by email or telephone. This caused me to wonder how the HR department will know if the person lives locally or far away, thereby incurring relocation expenses. Wouldn't it be simpler to be made aware of this up front as opposed to discovering later on? Then again, maybe I'm showing my age here. I hope they do not try to deduce it by telephone area code, as this is an unreliable way of determining location. To illustrate, if I buy my phone in the Miami area and activate it there, I will get a Miami area code. Even though I live in the Tampa Bay area, the area code will reflect Miami. Next, the article said there was no need for including a home telephone number in the resume. Since everyone has a mobile phone, that should suffice, shouldn't it? The assumption here is that everyone has a smartphone turned on 24/7, and as such, landlines are considered passé. The last time I checked, though, I can still contact just about anyone on the planet with my landline. Oh yeah, it also has voicemail to record messages. Please note, I was going to say cell phone instead of mobile, but this is also considered old school by today's standards. The article also recommended expressing telephone numbers with just periods. No hyphens, no parentheses. The expression of telephone numbers with periods was influenced by internet addresses, the URLs if you will. Interestingly, the telephone books still make use of hyphens and not periods. I wonder if they're aware of how out of date they really are. My favorite change, though, regards punctuation. They claimed at the end of a sentence you should display a period followed by a single space before beginning the next sentence. The article contended a period and two spaces is old school and caused by typing classes of yesteryear, and as such is obsolete. Well, let me see if I can clear this up. First, a period and two spaces is certainly not obsolete. In the world of publishing, of which I am intimate, it is a necessity. The reason the single space phenomenon came about is primarily due to web pages, which is primarily based on the hypertext markup language, HTML. The programmers who developed the language and other web tools established a default of a period and single space between sentences. Evidently, it was too difficult for them to figure out a way to insert two spaces after a period. Either that or someone failed an English course along the way. I suspect the latter. So, because a programmer couldn't devise a way to enter two spaces after a period, the world is expected to change how they construct sentences. Technology strikes again. As an aside, this essay was written with a period and two spaces between sentences, yet you'll notice the web page shows a period and one space. This is done to prevent me from promoting my heretic beliefs. I wish human resource departments would pay more attention to the credentials expressed within a resume as opposed to grammar. It is unfathomable to me a person would not be considered for a job simply because the wrong characters were used or there was too many spaces. Unbelievable. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com. That's Bryce with a Y.